Hey, thanks so much for joining us, everybody.
Yeah, hello.
Hi.
We're talking with Terrence and Howard, and of course Mira. We're launching the new platform, Holly. It's like a Hollywood talent discovery platform. We're trying to disrupt the traditional talent model here. So yeah, tell me, when did this idea come about? Were you all sitting around saying, there's got to be a better way?
Well, we don't want to necessarily disrupt. We just want to augment and assist where there's gaps. And that's where it typically started for me. We're constantly asked by friends, by relatives, by talented people that we meet that's always asking, how do I get in the business? When do I get a shot? What does it take? How do I find an agent? How do I find a reputable agent? How do I audition? How do I find out about parts? And all you could tell them is, you got to, put your nose to the north and try and follow your star. It's like, how do you get there? Because it's a lot of luck involved.
Yeah.
And so Mira had this idea when we were doing Empire, where she wanted to have a show called The Audition, where every year we would have talented people from around the world put up their auditions and see how that went. And at the end of the year, we'd give them allow them to enter Empire, become a part of Empire, maybe. So that's how it started. And then it ultimately moved into everybody needs representation if they have a dream. If you're a doctor and you've always wanted, we have friends that are doctors that's always wanted to be actors, but they're 70 hours a week in their office. How do they go and audition? And they don't want to be auditioning against people that don't have the same caliber of nature they have. But if they could put their stuff on tape or record themselves and then upload it to a platform where everybody could come to and see them, then lawyers, then judges, then anyone, it's a safe space. If tech has changed every other industry, has brought about huge changes in diversity and inclusion, why hasn't that happened to the business industry, the business side of the entertainment industry? Why is it these gatekeepers are still the same gatekeepers and we never get a shot? Everybody else that have a dream never get a shot. So this is just if you got a dream, let me make it possible. If you're in Botswana, here, put your video up. You can audition for this. And now the talent, the people searching for talent, they have a centralized place to look for. A casting agent isn't just limited to the people within its area. A casting agent can now interview somebody from Jakarta, or have an audition from them. And there's all these different art platforms for it at the same time. If you're a photographer, if you're a set designer, if you're a director, if you're a writer that's been trying to get your scripts read at the talent agencies, they just erase every script as it comes.
All right. It's all these Holly notifications. People are trying to sign up and it crashed it, right?
Well, that's the goal. That's the goal, because once people hear that there's a platform and a place where your children don't have to go through the wolves or the dangers of Hollywood or trying to get into the business, they have so many false auditions set up to trap people and capture them. This is a safe space to where a community can look after you. And you know that all the people that you're auditioning for is verified. All of this, it provides a safe environment where the creative arts can explore and expand, and people can accomplish their dreams.
Awesome. Yeah. So you don't have to fly to Hollywood. You don't have to fly to New York to audition in that whole process. You can just upload your video from Botswana or anywhere that you mentioned in the world. It sort of democratizes.
And you can't do that. Even today, they don't even allow you to come in and audition in person. It's still on tape.
Right.
You're still sending yourself out. Everybody's auditioning on tape. So it's like, why not provide a space
all
where
together.
producers can find new talent?
Absolutely.
Where other artists can collaborate and grow their talent. And then in time, we can produce our own projects on Holly with talent that we've built in. So it's got a lot of far-reaching goals. But if we have the grassroots movement, because the need is there, and if the desire is really there to help the people and to grow your own business as a producer, as an actor, as a writer or creative, this is an opportunity it's like LinkedIn for the creatives.
Yeah, I saw it dubbed sort of LinkedIn meets Instagram in terms of how it might Look, well, Mira, why don't you hop in here and sort of speak to, I mean, Terrence beautifully put sort of the theme and the mission behind it.
Yeah.
But Mira, could you speak a little like how do you envision like
Because I'm,
visually the interface looking?
I mean, no, I just, I mean, Terrence has got it. That's why I have kind of been quiet. But he's really, I mean, it's exactly what you said. It's a place where we can congregate, right? Right now, there isn't anything like that. Where do you go? That was the number one question that was asked of me on set, and every time we're at an event, is a bunch of young and older and anybody around across the board. How do I get noticed? How do I get representation? How do I get an agent? Well, I mean, we could make those introductions, but the truth is you're going to have to pave your way. And with this, I mean, we're hoping with this technology that we'll be able to build that algorithm so we can know who the next rising star is. And that'll come when you upload your reels and you try out for, you know, and you audition on this platform, which there's nothing like that right now. So something like this would really bridge that gap that we need filled. We need that. We need some kind of conduit for the creatives so that we can explore, feel safe, and also for producers, directors, anyone to also, casting directors, you know, to come see who the greatest talent is right now. Who, instead of regurgitating everything that we have now, the model that we have now, something brand new, something new. I think it'd be exciting.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. And you both mentioned, you know, uploading your reels for an actor, and I assume it could work the same for a director. Upload sort of your directing reel, sizzle reel, whatever. What about, say, for like a screenwriter? Are you uploading like PDFs of your scripts, or how does that work?
Well, picture a screenwriter that's trying to get his stuff into the WGA or trying to get another person to read his stuff. At the talent agencies, they can't even look at the script. They have to hit delete right away, or the person could say, you stole my idea.
Right.
So they never have an opportunity for their scripts to be read. But there's a lot of actors that will be part of the community that don't necessarily have jobs at the time, but they can go and pull scripts from the community and have a table read. And directors could watch that, and people can
screenwriter part.
Screenwriter, but
so
this is the aspect.
So writers can upload. So the way we saw it, and then we have a lot of friends who are writers. How can I get my
200 scripts read?
200 scripts read, right? I have all these scripts that I've posted. Well, first you want to date it, right? This is my script. This is my idea. So you upload it. So you upload your script and you try to get traction. You promote it. This is my dream cast. And then so we have it so that they can upload who they would want as a director, their dream cast, their dream director. And then if your script gets traction, because if it's a good script, it goes like wildfire, right? Everyone wants to read it. And then you could actually see who's read it, how much traction it's actually gotten. So it takes kind of the guessing game
and
out
there's
from
a trait
producers.
of like what you typically don't have when you're doing copyright and things of that nature. If you don't have the money to do the copyright, you need to have a trace of who's seen your stuff. Can you give everybody a non-disclosure agreement? Or is it possible that every person that clicks on your stuff, there's a trace
That's a public
of
record.
that this came,
Right.
you know, that you contributed. This was your idea. So that it provides a safety net that everybody can really feel safe in and play in.
Like a digital paper trail that you were the one behind it.
And it keeps you busy, right? So if you're a screenwriter and you've got this stuff, you got these projects up, you can put it up and see. And then if you're an actor, you're not working right now, and you say, wait a minute, who's this guy's dream cast? Terrence Howard. Well, I'm kind of like I could play Terrence in some stuff, and then maybe they read it, they love it. Maybe it gets to the level where Terrence reads it. He hears it through his grapevine, and he reads it, and then people see that he's read it. Then it builds this traction of, and then if you see someone that says, I'm interested, I'm attached to this, then it builds even more of a momentum of, hey, I'd like to post. I want to put my reel up there. I want to actually keep busy instead of there's nowhere for that right now.
And it's more selfish for me in this life because as an actor, there's been some really great auditions I've gone to that I didn't get the part, and there's no trace of that great audition that I did. But now, what if I had posted it on Holly, and then you see the actor that ultimately came and did the part, you know, and you're like, oh, that's why they got the part. Like when Cuba Gooding Jr. got what was the name of that movie with Jerry Maguire? When he got Jerry Maguire, and I had auditioned, I did a great audition. I wish that I could have seen that choice. And him and I got together recently and was talking about, how he was able to find the comedy in that moment. And I was so dead serious, but it would be really nice to be able to compare those
To put
today
your Show Me the
and
Money
watch
clip
those.
up there and get
Yeah,
cast in
put
something
all
else.
that stuff. This is the stuff that people live for. And then some auditions were bad. And
Right.
can you imagine people being able to watch, really
All of
bad
it.
auditions
Yeah.
and
Good
then
and
being
bad.
able to come in and help you grow? And coaches will come out of that. And
Classes and see,
Right.
it's
we're
like an
building a
industry
community. We want to
community.
build a
Mm.
community.
Everyone can see their niche in it, like I could see casting directors finding their niche in it, managers, agents, everyone can
Photographers,
find photographers.
this is how I would put it together. So basically, we can virtually build an entire production, and then now be able to go out and say, "Hey, we have this, this, that, and the other, and let's fund it, and let's
At
see
the
if
end of
the
the day.
community will help fund it." And that's the thing. It's just let's us get together and fish together so our dreams can come true.
I love it. And it's 2023. We might as well be able to, like you're saying, every other business does it. Why don't we have a virtual space where we can bring all these together rather than going to auditions or submitting to a screenwriting competition? There's like all these silos. Why don't we bring them all together?
Bingo.
Bingo. That's what
Absolutely.
we're saying. That's why we've gotten
Let
some
it shine. Let
really,
it shine. Let it shine.
really positive feedback from everybody, directors, producers. I mean, studios. I mean, it's a really exciting platform, I think, for everyone, for all the artists involved, everyone.
And
Yeah.
so where do we stand? I mean, I'm loving it. It's a great idea, and it's going to be a great resource for everybody on all sides of this thing. But where do we stand? Are we like, I saw something on there about like a crowdfunding, people inviting people to invest, or I guess when will this dream be a reality? Where do we stand?
Well, Mira has bootstrapped this entire production up until now. And so now she set up a crowd fund. You can tell
Well,
me.
we want to set up we set up crowdfund because instead of going the traditional route, because we wanted everyone to be part of it. So we're going to see where that's at. And then we probably about a year or so away from the tech being fully functional, which we're pretty excited about. So watch out for it and know that we're here. And we can't wait to fully have it running at 100%.
And we're setting up venues where we'll go around the country and different places around the world and talk to background artists that are looking for representation and give people an opportunity to know about what this is. We're just going on the road to spread the message, that hope has finally come. If you're in Oklahoma City, you don't have to worry about your daughter pursuing her dreams as an actress and still being able to go to medical school close to home. That she's safe, and you can actually see her development as it's going along the way, and she doesn't end up in somebody's skin flick.
That's a good point you bring up. I mean, how many?
I'm being honest.
How many of the great artists and actors and actresses did we never get to see their work because they were too scared to enter the industry for these reasons? So I mean, let's get it all out there. Awesome. Well, you mentioned your Jerry Maguire role that you didn't get, but a couple years. I mean, I guess we'd seen the Jacksons and Mr. Holland's Opus and maybe even Family Matters. I remember you popping up in a bunch of stuff. But how big was The Best Man after that? I mean, you were stirring up trouble at that poker game.
Yeah, well, the best part of that. This is the dance. This is one of the other reasons that Holly could be helpful to people with that. The producers all kept coming up to me in that first Best Man at the card table, because here we got this 8-minute card scene or 10-page card scene. They keep telling me, that's a joke. You got to say it like it's a joke. It's a joke, And I'm like, no, he's dead serious about what he's saying. And it's like, no, you got to say it as a joke. And I was like, oh, well, there's a pause every time you got Harold Morris Tay saying their line, and then you take a beat and a half to say yours. And I said, because he's thinking about what they said. And they said, don't think about it, just answer. I was like, no, you're not doing that. And it was like, well, we'll just cut it over in post. And then all of this goes along to where they're saying, I'm holding back everything. I'm being difficult along the way. Then the movie comes out. All these producers like, oh, you made the movie. Oh, da-da-da, all these moments. And if actors, like I felt for years, like I'm the bad guy because I'm trying to do the right thing. Right. It would have been nice to have a background that I can go and talk to other actors and Sean Penn be able to say, hey, that's what it was like for me. Because that's what Sean Penn said to me. That's
Right.
what it was like for me. It's always hard to change a system, even just being yourself and brightening out. So if you have a community that doesn't try and put out your light, that's actually trying to inflame it and ignite it to become something that's a star that can consume everybody, that's what we want. But that was the thing from the best man. That's what I got from that. But that was what made Quentin. If they hadn't pushed on me, Quentin wouldn't have been as stubborn as he was, which carried on for, three parts of a franchise.
Yeah, that's still going. And you can tell you both are pros because you take my throwback filmography question and spin it back to Holly. You've done this before. But hey, if you don't mind, my listeners will kill me if I don't ask the double 2005 Hustle and Flow and Crash. I think that was like when your career took to the next level. Obviously nominated for Hustle and Flow, but I think you could have just as easily been nominated for Crash. I mean, Crash. Yeah. I mean, those scenes.
I heard it was a political thing. They thought that if they had nominated me for both of them, that then it would split vote, and some people would vote for me for supporting, and some people would vote for me. This is what I was told.
Like cancel each other out.
And they thought Matt Dillon had a really good shot, and Matt Dillon has done this business for so long, and he was incredible in that film. Yeah. I mean, I remember looking into his eyes and wondered when he was searching up my wife.
Oh, those are chilling scenes on the roadside. Those are chilling.
I'm thinking, is he fucking for real? Yeah. Is he for real? He don't look like he's acting right now the way he's talking to me.
Yeah.
He was so honest and into what he did. I'm glad that he got that run at it.
Oh, well, amazing in both. And final one of those before we bring it full circle, Empire. My listeners will kill me again if I don't ask about Empire. That show is, I mean, Succession is all the rage now, but you were all doing that back then with a hip hop mogul, back then. But just the legacy. I mean, like I just said, the legacy of the show lives on in other shows. But talk about just how important that was in your whole career.
Well, Empire is what led us to build Holly.
Yeah.
The struggles that we had to go through in order to make that and keep that a strong script every week. The stuff that they were asking us to do inside the script, I just couldn't do. It was like, no. So we have to rewrite the script, and you don't have anybody to really support you in that battle. And saying, if you guys go down this road, you're going to destroy the character. You have to keep battling. So it's like we want to build that environment so nobody has to go through all the stuff we went through on Empire, because Empire had 28 million viewers in the second season, and they allowed it to drop down to like 4 or 5 million viewers, by not listening to what the audience really needed. And if we had a platform where the audience could come and really be speaking out about how they would want other creatives talking about directions that it could go in, we could have the success of Billions or Succession, who took that idea and did it right. When I saw Succession, that's the first thing we said, they did it right. They don't know buffoonery. They did it right. And having an audience, that's saying, hey, y'all can do it right. You don't have to spoon feed us, this worthless stuff. But the audience can't really speak right now because TikTok and Instagram and all of those other platforms, they're just for gossip. There's no true creative spirit out there. They're about getting points or I don't know, views like that. And this isn't, the creative isn't like that. The creative doesn't need that, but they do need encouragement. So we want to provide a space, a safe space where encouragement can happen.
There you did again. You brought it all the way around for you.
See, I know. Every time I do these, people are like, I want to ask them about this, and this, but let's talk about what they're here to talk about for 90% of the time. I didn't even get to talk about 10th anniversary of Prisoners, which is one of my all-time. That should be up with Zodiac and Seven and all that, man.
Oh, that was so scary. I was looking again. I had another one of those moments where I'm looking into the eyes of an actor, and Hugh, when he was enraged in that bathroom, I was afraid of him.
Yeah,
I was afraid of him. I had never seen that pain in somebody, that desperate pain, and I don't know where he drew that from.
Yeah.
But the director and the cinematographer was Oh my God, that was the thing. I let him down though, because I was supposed to have played the trumpet, and I didn't put the work in and do the trumpet. I was supposed to play a really nice song on the trumpet.
Oh, do
And
they
I
add
thought
that
that I
after
could
the fact?
grab it. Yeah, I thought, yeah, before when I was in there, I was supposed to play that trumpet well. I wasn't supposed to suck at it, but they made it work. But yeah, I slipped on that one.
I think we'll forgive you. The performance was great. I invite everyone to go back, you know, with Viola Davis and Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal, and oh my God, I
Continue.
mean that cast: Paul
Right,
Dano,
and we
Melissa
met.
Leo. God,
Yeah.
Paul Dano, yeah,
Paul
Paul
Da-
Dano.
Yeah.
He skyrocketed. You know, I was so proud of him.
it is my
Wow.
favorite Denis Villeneuve, however you say it. It's my favorite of his films.
Yes.
But anyway, all right. Well, thank you so much for indulging me on a couple of those, you know, filmography
Thank you,
questions. I guess as we close up, let's bring it full circle to Holly. All of these great movies and shows we're mentioning. How will this Holly bring us even more of those to come in the future? We got to bring it back around.
Well, I'm hoping that all of these other films that have inspired all these other actors, you know, maybe an actor out there can say, I could have done your part better than you did in Hustle and Flow.
Right.
I could do that monologue better. And it's nice to have everybody out there trying other people's work with the benefit of having other people's work as a foundation at the same time. So we're turning stumbling blocks into stepping stones, you know, where any mistake you've made in a past performance, somebody's able to grow from that and really grab and become the best artist and can blow Viola Davis, who's a goddess, you know, when it comes to the arts with what she's accomplished.
But it'd be exciting to find a new one, a
Oh,
new Terrence
my God.
Howard, a new, you know.
Oh,
Who's
there's
the
I
next
wanna see
Viola
it.
Davis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see the Johnny Come Lately Terry. I want to see the one that I take my hat off and say, "Here you go." This is.
It'd be
I lay
exciting.
my guitar before you. You run with this now.
It's hard out here for a pimp, but let's see if it's harder for the next generation. I don't know
Mr.
what my
Holland's
Hustle and
over.
Flow tie-in is, but thanks.
Oh. Oh, I was gonna say something.
ahead.
Richard Dreyfuss told me when we were doing Mr. Holland's Opus,
Yeah.
we had a scene and where I'm supposed to be playing the drums, and I know he's supposed to reach over and snatch the drums from me. And every time I'm pushing my arms over so he can be easier to do it. And he said, "Stop, stop, stop, cut, 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 cut." He said, "Don't you ever do that. Don't you ever do that." He says, "Only one person is going to take the frame. You fight for that frame. Don't you ever give somebody the frame, and don't you ever let somebody take a frame from you." And we went back to the thing, and at that moment of, okay, no, I'm not supporting you by making it easy for you. I'm supporting you by challenging you like a game of pool.
Right.
The best pool player raises the stakes. You don't play down, you play up. You take every frame. And at the end of the round, at the end of the fight, the boxers are friends, you know, but during the fight, I'm trying to knock you out. I want that frame, and I want to create an environment where people can go and take that frame.
Well, thanks for knocking us out, and you knocked me out in this frame. So thank you thanks so much. No, it's a great idea. We invite everyone. What's the plug? What's the website? Where should people go to find out more?
Right now right now you can do the initial sign up for early access, and it's at hollyentertainment.com.
And you're just reserving a space.
You're reserving a space, so for when it's up.
Because we'll put numbers up for the people that come in to join Holly.
Right.
You know, and the higher your number, the higher you are on that tier. So you want to get in as fast as you can so that you can get the benefits as we continue to grow, and then ultimately we'll reach everybody. But you know, the sooner you get in and reserve your space, as soon as the platform is open, you have your space reserved and your numbers there.
Okay, so that's the people that are investing in it now. I got you.
Yeah, the people investing in, that's what we want, the people to invest and build so we can build out the rest of the set, the rest of the platform.
And then once it actually launches, then is it going to be like a subscription service? Is it free like Facebook, or what's the idea of that once it actually is up?
Sign up.
It's a free sign up, but once we get really going, it'll be a subscription for casting agents, for the studios, for people that's looking to grab talent, and then we'll also be able to provide help in certain areas.
We're hoping to provide
like there's a lot of extras that don't have any representation.
Right.
Millions of extras around the world that don't have a shot to be able to have their stuff seen. So we just really want to help them get organized. All the talented people out there that's been disenfranchised as a result of location or geography.
So for just to clarify, the actors that sign up, or the struggling screenwriter, or the set designer, whatever, that has no representation, do they just create an account? Do they
sign up?
Yeah, they're going to create an account.
They're going to create an account. It's free to sign up. And then we haven't developed where the tiers will be for membership, because it'll be different depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking for more of someone to help you with your legal side, we want to offer legal advice, legal help, try to get through the motions of if you're looking for representation. So different tiers will be set up for different kinds of needs that you need. So,
and for people,
but it'll be free, but it'll be absolutely free to sign up and introduce yourself. And then from there, we haven't even developed that far ahead yet.
Yeah, we're building the community.
Yeah,
we are building the community right now, and the good thing is that there's the interest for finding equanimity within the creative industry and a safe environment. And so anybody that has any foresight, any vision, any investors with vision, they could see the multiple places where this is going, not where this can go, but where this is actually going. We're going to do it. If we have to continue bootstrapping it ourselves and go out on the road in a tent, we're going to gather the creatives out there, and we're going to make a change for the better for our industry.
Awesome. Keep bootstrapping. It's so exciting. It's a great idea. In your ideal world, what would be a good launch date? Are we talking like a year from now, a couple months from now? You hope it's up? Or I know there's no way to know, but like
6 months, anywhere from 6 months to a year.
It takes us. We need about 6 months to finish building the platform.
Right.
Once we're fully funded. Yep. And then it's out on the marketing trail. It's out to spread the word. It's out to we're going to do some fun things. There's going to be some really fun things. And there's a lot of people in the industry that want to be a part of this at the same time. So we're now organizing existing actors and existing directors and producers, because a lot of the low budget films, how do you know the independent low budgeted films? Yeah. How do you know if the person you're talking to is a con man, or if the person that you're talking to is a legitimate filmmaker? You have no way of knowing. But with Holly, we're going to keep a board up of reviews of people that's gone to here, there, and the other places. So you'll know where's a good investment. It's a verified space where your investment is safe, where your investment is also safe.
They're all vetted. It's verified. Unlike Twitter now. We're not verified on Twitter anymore, but you will be on Holly.
Yeah. Well, I like that word vetted. That's even better for us. It's like vetted. Vetted through the industry.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to take that. We're going to use that. I am going to use that.
Stolen.
Vetted. No, you can steal. He said we can use it. We're borrowing.
Yeah.
We're actually.
You can borrow it.
Reflecting his.
You don't even need to give me credit. Just as long as in your head you remember, oh, that was that guy in DC.
Credit is due. Vetted.
All right.
We're going to call that Jason Vetted.
Yeah.
Jason Vetted.
There you go. I like it. I like it. I don't know how much weight that carries, but
you contributed.
Hey,
Jason Vetted.
This was so much fun. Thank you so much for doing this. I really, really appreciate it. All the best with it. It's a great idea.
Thank you so much. Please spread the word.
I know. Thank you. Thank you for
and
your time.
Anybody that really wants to make an investment into the future of other creative artists, any field, this is the place to do it. We really want to make this a worldwide event.
Awesome. Sounds good. Well, I'll do my part in getting the word out. So hopefully everyone.
All right.
On board. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jason.
Jason Vetted.
Bye.
See you guys.